snow coming at me right now. Yeah. See, normally when you got this kind of shine, it'll move around as the sun sets. And you can find some pretty cool effects sometimes. Oh yeah. Yeah, see, here's almost looks like one of those Merkaba things right in there. See it? That little sphere? He's on tuck in there. And look, you can see a little beam shooting out of it. Oh yeah, you definitely got something going on up here. Let me see. Anyway, it's like there's this phenomenon of these things called atmospheric beasts too, and it's like basically the theory is they're like big looking, like it's like a big squid octopus that flies. Like look, it's like basically like a kite. You know how a kite just floats in the sky? Supposedly these things sit up there and float around. Like look at this little guy popped out right here. What's up with that, bud? Anyway, these things freaking float around, and they got these long freaking tentacle things. And I seen one of these things. I mean, I actually captured a video of it in Beecher. Freaking, it looked like a big giant freaking squid in the sky, man, with these long freaking tentacles, like cloud-looking haze chemical freaking like limbs. It was. Now look at this right here, dude. This big freaking shape right here. Like, look. I mean, it wasn't like an Independence Day, you know what I'm saying? Freaking, they had those crafts that, like, basically they could cloak and look like clouds. And look at that triangle. See, there's a lot of action, right? Activity going on in that area, and then this triangle manifests right there. But anyway, these atmospheric beasts they're basically, they got a cloak. Or they blend in like literally, like octopuses change their color, so can squids, and blend in better with the environment. Freaking, like they literally can camo and cloak or like chameleon. So that's one of the possible things that's going on. And I'm not sure if this thing is a freaking, what the heck? That's like, it's kind of creepy. It's really creepy. I mean, and then, you know, you got X-Files. They showed the triangle crafts in them that are invisible. They're triangle shaped too, you know, so. Yeah, man, there's a freaking bunch of manifestations. The wind's been really consistent and strong today. It's been gusty. So when this, like, look, when it's cold and the wind's freaking constantly, like, it's punching the cold air right through my clothes. Like, yeah, that's really weird. This spot right there, that orange spot back there. Oh, I mean, that's particularly brilliant right now. Yeah, I know I'm right in here in the magic window too, so it's like, but the clouds look pretty freaking thick. I mean, for a second though, if the sun can pop through those little spots right there, we'll have a freaking awesomely brilliant a couple minutes, because it's like, look, once the light comes under and it's hitting off these clouds and it bounces down again, so it's like, it's really like, it's pretty, it's weird. It's almost like, you know, when you put freaking water, man, over a light, it puts off all these crazy, like, it shoots the like light around and breaks it up and bounces it around. So it can make it intense. It can intensify it. And it definitely looks like something manifesting there. But, you know, and I've also, like, there was a video of this guy named Trey Smith, and it was the Russian girl in the woods who was like floating up in the air, and this dude was watching the footage, and in the background there was a thing like that looked like a gray, the shape of a gray, and it had the weird elongated head like that, and but he was looking around, and it was like this thing was manifesting like a psychic like imagery, and he was noticing how this dog got scared by something, and then he looked in the background there, and it looked like a giant cat was in there, and that would be like funny to make it look like it was a cat, because you know how cats and dogs, the whole thing. So it was like the thing manifested of cat of all things to the dog. So it was like, I thought that was kind of freaking clever, you know what I'm saying, of these things. And what these alien things are described as, more so than anything, dude, is an intelligence, and they can possibly communicate telepathically, or like, look, which, so in order to talk to you, it could access basically your imagination. It's kind of like this concept where the clown to different people show up as a different scary thing that they personally were scared of. So it's connected. Those, because the atmospheric beasts or the stuff in the cloud seem like they do the same thing. Is this kind of like weird psychic type of communication thing, and it manifests like really strange and odd ways, but they basically can shift into something that looks scary, and they can manifest to different things to different people all at the same time, because they're not dealing with the regular modality of things, you know what I mean? But all very interesting stuff. That's why sometimes I go with more so that it's a spirits up there than it is actually like some kind of government conspiracy technology. I think there's like even more going on than that. I mean, it's in the Bible too. It says that there'll be a war in heavens, and the Michael and the angels will throw down the devil. Freaking, and sometimes I wonder, you know, at the stuff that I'm seeing up there. And then you got a little saucer shape pop out right there. Look, like this thing shooting it out over there. And that's another thing too. It's kind of like, okay, if something is like, it's like, it seems like the time is different for these things, so it like manifests slower, but it's almost so slow that you don't notice it, because maybe they're in a hyper form of time where it actually looks like they're slower, but it's faster. Yeah, that's that orange is kind of dimming, so I catch that last. I don't think the sun's gonna pop out under it. Could be wrong though, you know. Man, but I tell you what, man, this freaking cold is jacking me up right now. Ugh. Yeah, oh wow, yeah, there's a lot of weirds. Yeah, see, and then there's a little, almost a figurine popping up in it right there. So. Ooh. Whoa, yeah. Now, that's like, ooh, yeah, that is the sun right there too. There's like a ruby under there. Look at it. Whoa, boy. He's saying hi to the audience. Whoa, dude. That thing is... Man, I wish I had a ladder or something I could stand up on. Yeah, dude, that is... Well, hey, on a positive note, I was not expecting that. Let me see if I can catch a better angle real quick, right quick. Oh, almost went down. Man. Yeah, I bet you if I was on the upper side of the trees right there, you had a nice flat field. Yeah, man, I can also see, there's like an orange thing over here too, shooting like a beam down, it looks like, dude. See, right there. Straight middle. That almost looked like that sundog on the camera. I caught a nice light pillar over there not too long ago. Yeah, that literally almost looks like, it looks like a little ship's in there, like beaming a light down, like beam me up, Scotty. Man, this autofocus on this camera ain't that great, it looks like. Yeah, man, this cold is literally like sucking the energy right out of me. It's making my ears feel like when you've been swimming too long. Yeah, man, there's like a crazy, it's almost freaking turning like pink, like hot pink. Man, I would love to get right around whatever, around that and see that, man, a little closer. What the heck? Yeah, you can see that thing up there too, man. It's really strange looking. Just can't get a good angle at it. Dang. Yeah, I guess no. We didn't really catch a good magic window, though. It was kind of actually. Whoa, that was weird. When I pointed that camera at that bird, it freaking like, it's like it knew and it changed its direction. Yeah, it's almost so cold I can't even operate this camera right. Come on, buddy. Yeah, it's kind of anomalous right there, dude. I mean, and then that little spaceship with the beaming up Scotty is still there, dude. It's still in place. I mean, you can't see it. It's right in there. This camera's too pixelated. That far up and on zoom ski. All I wanna do is zoom, and boom, boom. Yeah, that's weird right there too. See that perforation there? And here comes the birds again. That's what I call that. It's like, look, when you see like dots like that. And it's like, you can see, oh, whoa, we got a brilliant glow coming up now. Oh, maybe I gotta stop and re-up, buddy. Peace.